Hi, I am Alla coming to you with a late night with Alla. While I am sipping my chamomile tea before bed, mm, tea is so good to have, especially after a meal. It helps with easy digestion. Mm. So I hope this message is finding you well, your family, your friends, and your pets, the marine life, the oceanic life, all of nature created by Source. Um, Thank you for welcoming me into your home. You're very welcome into mine. And I just want to spend a little time and just kind of go over some things. I was in a mood to do some tarot late night. I've got candles. I've got a candle that's burning even here. I'm going to keep it on this side. But I could keep it here, can't I? Wow, won't that be so exciting? As a matter of fact, I think I will, right? Maybe I'll do that. So, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about what's on the spread. Okay. I have the Temperance, the Knight of Swords, the World, the Seven of Wands, and the Fool that was at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I also have the King of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So we got fire energy on the board. We have I like to say elements. So we have the element of fire, we have the element of water, we have the element of air, and the element of earth all on the table. And we've got some major arcanas and we've got some minor arcanas present, okay? So what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about what I'm seeing here. And what I'm seeing here is that you have a creative idea, some sort of a venture that you want to you want to take off. It could be a new business venture, um, some sort of collaboration. I've got the Two of Cups here on the table. Everything's upright, which tells me there's some type of an offer that's coming in. Again, it could be related to your business. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're going to collaborate with someone. Maybe someone may offer you some sort of a role, maybe an interview, something dealing with an offer. It could be a love connection. It could be someone coming into your life. Ace of Wands is that creative spark. It also puts me in the mind of a creative spark that ignites your mind, especially when you are confronted with new connections. When we're talking about the Two of Cups, right? Maybe it could be with this new offer that's coming in, whether it be business, career, or love, you may become more creative. It may uh, bring out a creative spark in you to ignite those things within you that are laying dormant to bring them up, right? So when I get into the Ace of Wands, again, it could be that you just have this burst of this energy, this ideas that come to the surface, right? And it just makes you just want to just create to master. I see the Fool, and I'll talk about that because I don't want you to be nervous about what you're creating. The Fool is a faith card. I want you to step out on on faith and explore, become adventurous, travel if need be. Take that leap of faith. Maybe you want a new car. Maybe you want a new house. And maybe you want to relocate. Right? When we get into the Ace of Wands, we're talking about that creative spark that's ignited. And you're being challenged, right? To basically to challenge yourself. So don't be afraid to take risks, right? I've got the Eight of Cups, which tells me there's something that you should be walking away from. It could be old patterns. It could be whatever it is that may be holding you back. It could be that Two of Cups that's on the table. Maybe walking away from that connection. Maybe the offer that you're going to be given. Maybe you're trying to decide. Maybe you're indecisive at this time. Maybe you're going to walk away from one of those offers. Because remember, when we're looking at the Two of Cups, that's two. So maybe one of those offers you're going to decline. So, like I said, we can always put a lot of different scenarios into tarot. That's what I love about it. Tarot can be, I love it that it can be a little challenging, but I made it to be fun, right? When we talk about the Seven of Wands, that's where you're going to have to set boundaries. I want you to trying to see how to say it. I want you to set firm and healthy boundaries. The boundaries that you will need to set is what's going to help you to move forward in this new career venture or this relocation or what have you pertaining to this offer, whether it be in love or whether it be when we're talking about career and business. I want you to stand your ground. Don't want you to be too uptight. I want you to just stand your ground and don't be afraid to let others know how you feel. Be expressive and be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to say no. I was always told that no was an answer too. And maybe with the Seven of Wands coming into play is when this offer comes in. You're only going to be able to probably, just like I said, accept only one. So you got to be prepared for that challenge. Okay. Um, you're definitely going to be walking away from something. What I like about the King of Wands that's on the table is I love how you inspire others and you have inspiration even within yourself to challenge yourself with new career opportunities and new ventures. That's built within you. And you possess that. That's a natural trait that you were built with, that you were born with. So I want you to allow that inspiration within you to even inspire others. You may even be a mentor, become a mentor to others to help to inspire them. Because with you being in this energy of the Ace of Wands and in your creative spark energy, you may even be able to inspire others on how to ignite that creative spark. Mentoring to them as far as starting a business, right? Maybe you'll be like a spokesperson. Uh, how they have those speakers, I forgot what you call them, motivational speakers. That's what they call them, motivational speakers, where you'll basically be leading the youth, the younger generation. I see that for someone too, that someone will be like a motivational speaker to be able to lead our young people, right, into more positive directions. I want to talk about temperance. Temperance comes up a lot in my pools. Your angels and guides are backing you on everything that you want to do, but they're also nudging at you as well, and they want to get your attention. They want you to take quiet time for yourself and to meditate, to go within yourself, and to also be very observant of angel numbers. I'm not for sure if you know about angel numbers, but like 1111, 222, 444, 555, 333, only to name a few. But when you see those numbers, like if they catch your attention, you can always look them up on Google and you can put in, what does this angel number mean? And it will give you the description of exactly what that means, right? So I just want you to know that your angels are supporting you, and there's nothing for you to fear or be afraid of. And that's where the fool comes in. They want you to utilize faith. Take leaps of faith. Don't be afraid. No one's asking you to fall off of a cliff and not knowing where you're going to land. Of course, no one's going to do that, right? But they want you to take risks. And with this offer that's coming in, which I feel is some sort of a new venture, I want you to know that it's going to work out for you. And then that's where the world card comes in. When we're talking new beginnings. We're talking about new chapters, new beginnings. That's closing out of the old and into the new. So, like I said, every time I see the world card, I always think about Scarface, that the world is yours. So, what are you going to do with it? Since it's yours, this is your life, this is your journey. I would say allow those new beginnings to unfold for you. Okay? I want you to know that this offer that's coming in, I have the Knight of Swords on the table. It's coming in fast, coming in with precision, coming in quick. This can be a phone call, text, or something in the mail, or maybe someone may reach out to you via email or online. Maybe if you're a content creator like myself, maybe someone will reach out to you for a business opportunity. So this is going to be very quick. Now, if we're talking about a romantic offer, it it lines up with that as well. That it will come in quick. It'll come in fast. So be prepared for that. So I see this opportunity coming in fast. It's not too far off. But I do want to talk about the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, element of Earth. So I want to talk about that because we know what that's about. It's about wealth. That's why I told you earlier that whatever this opportunity is, it's going to work out for you. The World card backs that up. Also, the Fool, the Ace of Wands. Oh, and Temperance backs it up. I see nothing but wealth for you. New opportunities, growth, riches, abundance. You will not lack for anything. I also talked about, too, that there's also lawsuits that are settling and being filed, lotteries being won, job related type cases being won. People are receiving settlement checks in the mail. This keeps coming up. This is a money card. This is all about wealth. And this keeps coming up too. Where I keep pulling pentacles. Also, with the pentacles coming up too, this offer is going to bring you a lot of wealth. It's going to bring you a lot of wealth. So whatever this creative idea is, or whatever you are planning, it will definitely bring you wealth. Definitely will. And I wanted to come with that message because I said, when I saw these, I'm like, wow, this is really really a good spread. So allow your angels and guides to support you on this. Listen to your inner voice. I don't want you to be distracted, because we do become distracted by noise. And that's where we get into the Seven of Wands, where you're going to have to set boundaries. You're going to have to tell people no when you want to say yes. There's going to be, when we talk about boundary setting, there may be relationships that you may have to walk away from. You may have to go through like a withdrawal period to separate yourself from situations, or from people that don't align with your purpose. And that's another thing too. We have to understand that when you are growing and when you are evolving, can't take everyone with you. Because especially if the goals are not the same. And sometimes they can stagger you, they can slow you down. Uh, Also, something just came to me as well with the Knight of Swords. Remember, I said that this offer is going to come in and it's going to be fast, with speed. There's going to be people that are going to leave your life fast, right? Because when you get into the Knight of Swords, you're talking about communication, swift movement, fast. You're going to be moving just that fast that people are going to be leaving your life because you're moving so fast, like this. They won't be able to keep up with you. That's just how fast you're elevating. That's how high you're elevating, shall I say? Oh, I could say yeah, and fast. Yeah, we could say we can say it both ways, because you're going to be moving very swift with this offer, with this commitment that's coming in. And if it's a love offer, it may be so fast and swift. People that you were connected to, you're going to be leaving their lives. They'll probably be like, oh, I don't hear from you that much anymore. Well, hey, I'm doing me right now. Sometimes things happen that way too, and you lose friends, you lose connections. It's just like I said, we're all elevating at different rates, different speeds. But this is a pretty good message. And I don't think that I need to pull any more cards. There's something that I want to say this too, with the Eight of Wands. I'm not the Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups. That there's something that you're going to have to walk away from. And we talk about the friendships, right? Talk about past connections, things like that don't serve you, that you will release. So you're going to be releasing things from your past, and you're going to be moving to more higher heights. So I look at the uh, Eight of Cups as a message for that too. You know, Traveling, maybe taking a trip, maybe like I said, going on a retreat, or just kind of stepping away from what does not serve you. I'm trying to see if I'm getting any other information. I think right now, I think I basically covered everything. We talked about the Fool. I'm taking leaps of faith, not being scared to take risks, knowing that your angels and guides got you with temperance, and they're not going to steer you wrong. Be observant of your surroundings. You see angel numbers, you see a number that may just kind of like resonate with you, then that means it's a message for you. Um, the world, allow those new beginnings to unfold, right? Allow those new beginnings to unfold for you. And we talked about the Ten of Pentacles, wealth, abundance, prosperity, even in your health. You will never lack, and you are healthy and wealthy. So we'll take all of that into account. And we talked about the King of Wands, on how you will be inspiring others, through maybe possible mentorship, being a motivational speaker. You'll be sharing ideas to help others to elevate and to be successful because you are. That closes out the message. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a very random um, download. That's why I called it Alla Ma'at. It's late night tarot, where I sip my chamomile tea and give you an inspiring message before bed. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to be a part of your community. I want you to be a part of my community. No matter what level, no matter what status you are, mm, I want you to have a wonderful and safe night. And thank you so much for joining me. Please click like, share, and subscribe if the content interested you or interests you. I'm sure it did or it will. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a nice night. Good night.